आज का वीडियो थोड़ा अलग होने वाला है. So if you are not you only want to watch my whiskey videos, I suggest you come back some other day. Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to be talking about something different today. I'm going to be talking about not whiskey, but I'm going to be talking about why I left America, why I left USA, why I left New York, and I came back to India. Okay, so let me just preface. I'm going to tell you like various points, and I'm sure many of you are considering going to America and you're wondering what life is like that. And some of you think, yeah, I'm so similar to Kanwar and maybe I need to do that, what Kanwar did, and experience it, you know. So these are reasons why I came back to India. Okay, it's been about 10 years. I got back from to India maybe 10 years back, and I really need to identify for myself why I actually came back, because sometimes I get these dreams and I'm back in the city, back in that New York groove. But is it really fiction? Did I miss out on something or culture? When I was in America, I realized that I'm chilling mostly with Indians. And yes, there are other people. There are Hispanic people. There are American white people. There are American black people. Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Pakistanis. But Desis often would stick together, irrespective of your personality, irrespective of your choices. I realized I was mostly chilling with Indians, which meant that either I have some kind of a fear, but then I started noticing and I realized most men stick to their own culture, or they seem to, your culture doesn't necessarily mean that, how you look and all that. Your culture also dictates things you resonate on, and the level of respect you have. So often I noticed that Indians would stick together. When I first went there and met some of my Indian friends who'd been there for a while, I was like, oh my God, why are they always chilling with only the Indian people, But unfortunately, I was also similar. Yes, I did have a few friends who were from Spain, Italy, American, of course. There were quite a few different cultures. I even dated a few girls from different cultures, and but something about the Indian culture, I probably missed. So your social life in America, it's mostly driven by your work life, and work life is more important in New York than social life. So I probably missed the social life aspect of it. I felt I was working, obsessed, possessed by work. Americans are literally obsessed and possessed by work. If you think Indians are hardworking, I think Americans do it a lot differently. I think they're much smarter at analyzing things, and they know the rub of the green. And I think that casual style, the casual semi-obsessed style, kind of works for most Americans eventually, like, when you watch these films and everyone's so relaxed and chilled out, that's not what New York is about. That is California for you. That is probably a different city for you. But the social life in New York, it's very work driven. It's very, I finished my work, now where do I go? Monday to Saturday, 9 to 6, work. I'm not saying India mein ye nahi hota, but it's a lot different when you're there. Okay. So as somebody who is going through the visa process and getting yourself a green card, I always asked myself, do I want to get a green card right now, or should I stick with this work visa that I have? Because I never studied in America. My schooling was from Khalsa College, and after that I decided I'm not going to study anymore. I want to work. So I did a few jobs and then I went to America. So anyways, sometimes you have to wonder to what end you are doing something. For example, if I ask you to break down why you want money, there are a few things that will come to your mind. And we're not talking about money today. We're talking about to what end do I wish to be in the USA? I mean, why should I be there? I'm a man of color. I'm not a white guy, To what end do I want to be in this country? Why? Am I seeking some kind of acceptance? Do I need some kind of, recognition as as an Indian guy who's trying to make it big in America. And you ask yourself all these questions, when you're making a decision. What is the ultimate goal behind being in America? What point am I trying to prove? Number 4, I've noticed this, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but people who live in America, there is this kind of awe they have about America. Like they seem to always be in this kind of awe. This is what happens in America. Or somebody who lives in Singapore, they're like, wow, man, I love the culture here, man. It's so good. Look, this is so clean. And they've been living there for 10 plus years, but they're always a bit possessed by the place they're living in. I'm not that guy, bro. Also, people who live in UK, well, they are very, they develop a dry humor, so they're not very emotional about their likes and dislikes. But the Indian guy who is working in America or any place else is kind of obsessed with where they're at, Not so much the British Indian guy, because he's become a Britisher now, but I'm talking about the Indian American guy. They're kind of obsessed, low-key obsessed, I'm talking about the 25 age group till about 45. Yeah, they're kind of obsessed with America. I didn't reach that obsession point, You know what I mean? I was never in awe of America. I was like, yeah, it's good, man. It's very good. It's lovely. I love the American culture. I love the pop culture of America. I love the music. I love the films. But this New York, not corporate life, but business life, work life, is it actually worth it? In case you're wondering what I used to do in America, well, I was a salesman. I used to sell cell phones there. And eventually I got my own store somehow in Manhattan. Number 5. Number 5 reason I did not want to be in America anymore is because I was not so taken by the lifestyle. Because my lifestyle in India was way better. My situation, my lifestyle, you have things, people will do your laundry, people will clean your toilet. There's always somebody looking out for you from your family. There was this one time I was ill in New York, and I was so ill that I couldn't get out of my bed for 2-3 days. And then this friend of mine, this Italian friend of mine, he came to my rescue, and he came and gave me some medicines. I was that ill, I'm just saying, when you're unwell, there's nobody to look out for you. And my lifestyle here is way better, dude. Like, I can tell you right now, if you're an American guy living in America, making what, 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, you probably live in a very good city, but I don't think you can match my lifestyle. And this is I'm not just saying this for myself, this is for most of the people who come from a certain strata of Indian society, I am not first generation decently well off. I am more of a third generation decently well off, So the kind of lifestyle I have, I don't think a first generation decently well off chap can have, because it's ingrained in us that we are this way, so we will get what we want. Okay, I'm kind of faffing right now, so I'll move. Women take up a lot of your head space. I was a single guy, dude, and I met some amazing women, from a few different cultures, but do they really compare to the Indian girl and how I would feel for her and how she would feel for me? I don't know, man. I think women was one reason I came back. I just didn't see eye to eye with an American woman. Like, wow, they were hot and all that, but this is not, your entire life is not about finding a hot woman. I thought, oh my God, dude, American women, I don't know, but American women, I don't know, I didn't see eye to eye with them. Beautiful, hot, gorgeous, funny, but a bit dry. Like their soul is dry, at least the ones I met, They're very, how do I say? They're very aware about their sexuality, and, whether they act pliant or they act like haughty or they act naughty, they somewhere know that, because they're beautiful, it'll open all doors for them. And that knowing kind of sucks, You feel like I used to have a co-worker I used to work with, let's call her L. And L told me, K, watch me grow, okay? And I said, okay. And she became a manager in a month because she slept with the boss. And she was not at all apologetic about it. Man, props to the girl, she did that, dude. But I don't think an Indian girl would do that. And even if she does it, she's not gonna like whack it across your face. You feel me? It was these kind of things which made me kind of lose faith in the world, you know. And I dated a few girls. But I mostly dated Indian girls who were probably from an American background or a British background, and who are now in America. You know, Indian girls with accent. You know, if they're gorgeous, they're amazing. You know, I'm not so sure about American Indian women. They're not all that. You know, they don't seem to have that. Like the second generation Indian women. I'm being very specific right now, but I need to, bro, so that you understand what I'm saying. Second generation Indian women who are American, bit blah, you know. Still better than the American woman, but hey, man. Number 7, life is hard, okay? And in New York, you gotta suck it up. You gotta get up in the morning. You gotta have this work ethic. You can't feel sorry for you. You can't wallow in pity for you. You can't be miserable. You gotta suck it up, dude. And you gotta get out of bed, dude, every day. But for fucking what? Why should I be so harsh on myself? Why? What am I striving for? What am I trying to be? An American guy, dude? What? Is my culture lacking in some kind of specific aura? I don't know about that, dude. So these were all half questions in my mind. You know, मैं क्यों मर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे? मेरे को क्या ज़रूरत है यहाँ पे मरने की? You people might think, oh my god, Kanwar is a rich guy and he comes from a rich background and probably that's why. No, dude, it's not just that. Trust me. People who want to go abroad and make a name for themselves, you can do that in India, man. Why do you want to challenge your entire culture and go there and then find Indian people to chill with? That's kind of low and disgusting, man. Number 8. One reason I came back, I had a lot of friends, a lot of family here. My parents live here. So that's one reason I came back. And when I was in America, I felt I have absolutely no social life. I was a pothead, you know. And that's all I did, dude. After work, that was the only way I knew how to disconnect, you know, because life is really hard there, man. Number 9, when I was getting a visa or a green card, I somewhere in the back of my mind did not want to get a green card. And, you know, sometimes you have an instinct about certain things. And I questioned that instinct. I said, dude, why don't I want to get a green card? I want to be here, right? So why don't I start my green card process? Somewhere I always knew that this is only a 3-4 year stint and I'm probably going to go back because you just know these things, you know, and there's no explanation for it. Number 10, after